Hello there everyone, Mark 3 and welcome back to Everspace 2. Don't worry, we're only here in Zarkov for the briefest of moments, because, well, I have a high rarity I should say, level 20 high risk area I want to run, and there is also a conversation I picked up on the way back out. It is news from our good friends who we met during the last episode, and we managed to track down the girl's father. They have sent word and they want help, so this episode will again be following the main storyline and side quests, and we'll see where it takes us. So, here in Zarkov, we need to go back to Union for the detoxification mission, which I hope will tell us a bit more about what that's going on with that whole possession thing that's going on last time. And then we'll pick up the main trail back in the Kite Nebula, or rather the system that claims to be a nebula and I have seen little evidence of. But for now though, as I take on this high-risk mission, I'm going to play back to you that conversation I just mentioned, that I caught between episodes. Hello.
Reading you. Hey, Imogen.
I'm so glad I reached you. I wanted to thank you again for all you have done for us.
How's your father? Were his people able to do anything for him?
Yes. In fact, that's why I'm calling. He's awake and full of new ideas. And he has made some kind of breakthrough about the Redeemers.
Okay, interesting.
Look, do you think you could pay us a visit on Everspace? My father would like to meet you himself. And we'd like to make a proposition.
Well, I am curious. I'll swing by when I can.
Thanks so much. I'll see you then.
Okay. Detoxification. So, I'm hoping his ideas aren't to do with unification or becoming one of us or stuff like that.
More Redeemers coming at me. Never learn.
Also, by the by, I am now being hunted by a third faction, the Redeemers. I'm glad the storyline with Imogen is continuing, and I hoped it would, given how we parted ways. But yeah, we get to find out what's happened, and detoxification, that implies the father was contaminated by what happened, and there might be a way to help him. I look forward to finding out what that is. As long as it's not feed him to another one of the glowy yellow balls. That's probably a bad idea. There you are, Mr. Destroyer. Say hello to my little friend. And yes, we did level up during that, but that got you caught up. So we've got friends who might be able to help us with all that. Hey, level over. But that also tells you why I wanted to do this first. Well, not the message, that was separate. Because since I was about to hit level 24, as soon as I did, I wouldn't be able to actually enter this particular high-risk area. He's going to use my heavy. Titan 1 bomber wings. I'll take them. To be honest, I'm actually going to switch over to the bomber for next episode. Figure I might as well mention that now since I've just got some new wings for it. I mean, the gunship's good and all, and I really do like the large cargo of the heavy hulls. But I don't want to keep flying them. I'll still miss the agility of the Scout, if I'm going to be entirely honest. Oh, one other thing to get caught up on is I did actually finally get the last piece from my crafting catalogue, which turned out to be the Rapid Catalyst. Increased rate of fire by 20%. We happen to have that on our current railgun. Sorry, not our railgun, our current Dominators. Part of the reason why they're so good. Yes, same weapon loadout as last time. There's no point in upgrading it because, well, we maxed it out and we've just caught up to it really. That's all that's really happened. But anyway, let's get on our way to helping our friends in Avonrest. and see if we can detoxify the good father. Ah, I even missed. Good old hive of villainy and... well, actually, no. The people who run it are ex-gang, as I recall, so... who knows what they do these days? They aren't colonial, they aren't Bloodstar, they're just doing their own thing, really. But anyway, let's land and find out what we can do to help these folk.
Adam, so glad you came. Let me introduce you to my father, Professor Bernard Lefrere.
Please, first names. Can't have such formalities with the man who saved my life.
Nope.
It is an honor to meet you, young man.
Saved his life.
Pleasure is mine.
That implies he
I am
wasn't
ever
willing.
indebted to you for rescuing me from the clutches of those poor maniacs. You know, you bear the striking resemblance of a subject for dissection I once made. It must be my age, my memory playing with me.
Yeah, I get that a lot. So, you made a full recovery? How did you manage that?
My colleagues worked diligently to reverse the effects of the dark energy which bombarded my mind, and found a way to accelerate recovery by using subsonic wavelengths.
Interesting.
That's why we asked you here. We think we can do the same for the Redeemers. We can save them from their madness. But we would need your help.
Oh, well, I am approached for a lot of favors, you know.
Undoubtedly, because you are such a competent person. It speaks well for your character.
Okay, give it to me straight. What are you planning?
My father's team has developed a device which can funnel these dark energy blocking wavelengths and transmit them over short distances.
So to say, we have developed an infrasound burst missile which, if delivered within range of a Redeemer, can disrupt their link with the ancient curse which has them in their grip. We need someone brave enough to go back into their territory, confront them up close, and give them a therapeutic dose of this infrasound frequency.
They were all just normal people once. I suppose they deserve a second chance.
I told you he was a good man with a good heart, Father.
Does this mean you will assist us in this vital work?
It would seem the right thing to do.
Bravo! Your kindness in this matter is to be commended. Meet me near the Redeemer base, and we will begin our work.
What? You're coming too? This might be dangerous, Bernard.
I know the risk. I've seen the darkness. All the more reason I must be there to calibrate the device and bring salvation to those poor souls. I will meet you there.
Thanks, Adam.
Aren't you a little worried that your father's throwing himself back into jeopardy again?
No, because I know he has you at his side.
Aww. I have a fan, it seems. Okay, so dissection subject sounds like one of our clones met his end and then went under this man's knife. Hopefully before he went under this man's knife, because otherwise that has some dark hints there. Fashion souls, real quick. I've got a nice rounded gunship hull this time, in contrast to the massively blocky one I had last time. As a note, these are the tier 1s of these wings. I do have the tier 2s, which are a bit bigger, but I decided to go for the more compact appearance. I'd take the tier 1 wings instead. No difference stat-wise, I just figured I'd mention it. But yeah, I would have been worried if he went off and did that by himself, considering his daughter well, actually he as well, still his ship. He left his ship behind, actually. What's he going to fly? But yeah, they went in with a cargo drone from G&B. So the question is, can that thing actually fit missiles? Because if it can, then I wonder why they didn't have missiles in the first place. Because they appeared unarmed when I had a look at them. But anyway, yes. This whole thing of the darkness infection kind of thing, that is slightly rarer, but it is a good old trope nonetheless. Something from the ancients is an infectious in origin, and the infection itself is altering the perception of those it comes to inhabit, twisting them in a certain way. So it could be called a group a group hallucination, or a group disassociation, or something like that.
Let's try this again.
Let's get out of here. But yeah, the infection itself is before the radiation of this place continues to warp my brain. I mean, I was once involved in some roleplays that dealt a little bit with that subject of an infectious agent which also had its own sentient overtones. Actually, the Flood's a good example of that. The Flood kind of do that, except they use just pure particle. In this case, it seems to be more of an energy-based kind of thing. Oh, actually. Sorry, busy. I will forward your distress call to the appropriate authorities. Hey, people, go rescue those folk. There we go. I did my civic duty. There we go. Right. Okay. Before we get back there, since we are heading to and fro, have you ever commented on the last one? I'm kind of curious about how Alec can appear out of nowhere. I mean, the gate was locked again after use, right? Question mark. I'd have to go with no. If we blew up the crystals, you'd think that these guys would actually go and replace the crystals, which powers the shield, which locks the gates. But why do they do that? Because if they do that, then that means that they don't get fresh recruits to their cause. Oh, I've thought of one thing. One theoretical form of infection is mimetic infection, named after memes and things like that. So it's really the concept that information or music or something can be infectious just by knowing it. And there is some chance to that. Exactly how serious it might be remains to be seen, but yeah, mimetic. That's a name for something along these lines. I know there are other examples. Oh, I can't believe I missed that example. Okay, right. This whole dark matter infection thing, good example. Can't believe I didn't catch on to this one a lot faster. Dead Space. The markers. They literally corrupt species with the energy supply of the markers, broadcasting infectious information which warps the senses and the minds, then the bodies of the species around them, leading them onwards to the ever-divine goal of convergence. Yes. The markers are a very good example of this kind of thing. That reminds me, I don't think I've ever still haven't finished a Dead Space playthrough on this channel. I really should. And here we are, proof positive that this place is not all locked up. They haven't replaced the crystals. So I'm guessing it takes them a while to actually prepare those crystals, so we actually did some kind of harm. That's also how Alec was able to come through, because, yeah, all this stuff is powered down now. There's the remains of the crystals still there, but while the lights are on, it's not enough energy to actually start whatever locked the gate. You know, I think I've realised what I was thinking of when I saw this system saying Nebula, and I was so disappointed by it. I think the earliest recollection I've got of like Nebula space is I want to say Freelancer, but no, I think Free Space 2 actually. That's probably when I first got introduced to the concept of Nebula system, and the entire place was just this void of fog and lights, and you had to try and find your way through it. Helps it was a stealth mission as well the first time you go into it, so bit of a lasting impression. Nebulas these days are a lot prettier, but often they aren't quite as dense as that because they're trying to show more stuff. Though some of the locations we've been to in this game have been along the same kind of line. And they've been amazing. I just feel they might have missed a trick with this one. Something I also want to touch on real quickly on the way to this is, first off, we managed to cure the good professor of his dark matter infection, but his induction or indoctrination or whichever it is was interrupted before it could complete. So maybe he got an inferior version of it, maybe he got incomplete, maybe he just wasn't exposed for very long. The guys we're trying to do this to now, to try and disrupt and rescue, they have been under the effects for longer, and their indoctrination was called complete by those administering the indoctrination, which is either enough for infection, or, since there's zealous intent involved, might be more than the infection actually requires to take full hold, in which case they might have taken double, triple dose. Prove your purity by subjecting yourself to this holy flame, is the phrase that springs to mind. Anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can actually help these people. Also got to remember, some nebulas are very dense, some nebulas aren't very dense at all. That's probably part of what's going on here. This is a very low density nebula in the system. Oh, what was that? Sealed ancient structure. Oh, it's the location challenge. I do need to do some of those to work towards mastery. More space jellyfish. I hope they don't find out what I did to their friends. Sort of kind of feel a little bit guilty about that, but hey ho, what can you do? And he did. He's back in a G&B drone.
Adam, you've come.
Of course.
Of course. I'll do my bit when called. Your selflessness in this vital task is vastly appreciated by all.
Oh, that is nice of you.
My colleagues on Avonrest will be observing remotely and have taken huge interest in the outcome of our undertakings.
Let's get this party started. I don't like to wait around this area too long.
I understand. Redeemers are likely to appear any moment. Here, I've dispatched the infrasound missile delivery system, called the Exorcist for short. Imogen's idea, not mine. Sweet child. Pick it up and install it on your craft without delay.
I don't know, that's accurate. So, your idea was to throw the entire missile delivery system at them?
Got it. This isn't likely to mess up anything on my ship, I hope.
Not at all. It will only be used for this mission. It will not affect your ship's system in any way.
Thank you for asking. I have enough experimental tech to deal with as it is, without a new factor to consider.
And once we're ready, we must find a Redeemer to, well, deprogram, for want of a better word.
Actually, that's pretty
There's
accurate.
enough of them around.
When you shoot a target, it will be marked. Stick to that one target, as it will need to be bombarded several times in order for this to work.
Okay, well, I guess I'll swap out my cruise missile for it. Ooh. That looks kind of like ancient tech more than current tech. And I have 10 of them. Okay. Apparently it's based on a standard homing missile. Let's just see if I can get a good view of this. Apparently I'm a bit behind. Oops, there we go. Just pondering, maybe trying to get this to be like the thumbnail. Look at that. I do like backlit stuff like this. Even if the sun is in my eyes is a reason for many battles being lost. It does look quite nice though. Though I also kind of try and show the ships whenever I'm on doing this kind of thing, so it's just like, maybe that'll make it as the thumbnail, maybe not. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this thing. So, shoot a Redeemer several times in a row with the Exorcist.
Oh, wow, these missiles take forever to lock onto their target.
I'm literally not a rocket scientist.
Fair. Oh, I can't afford to lose the lock too much. Ah! Do I have to chase him around? Is that what's going on? This ship is not the ship for chasing stuff. I'm going to say that now. Oh, I just have to keep hitting him. Okay. This is probably going to end horribly.
What are you doing to me? I will see you perished.
Oh dear. That didn't quite have the desired effect, did it? There must be something wrong with the calibrations. I'll adjust the frequencies. Your current ammunition will become obsolete.
More of us will arrive soon.
Uh-oh.
So, governing intellect, which has hive-like tendencies. Oh, I do have to kill it. Okay. Sorry, buddy. I tried to help you.
I need some time for the calibration. I hope we won't be bothered.
We
There
will
goes
be
your
bothered.
hope, my friend. More Redeemers are closing in.
You must keep them off me. Otherwise, I won't be able to work on the exorcist.
Already on it.
We're doing this to save you. Honest.
Good job keeping us alive. Meanwhile, I have made the necessary modifications to the wavelength balancing. Please, Adam, if you could try again with another subject.
I hope it works this time. I really don't enjoy shooting down these guys.
Get a refill from Bernard. Okay.
Let's try this again. Hoping for more productive results this time.
I sure hope so too.
Surrender to the darkness! Oh no, this won't do. This won't do at all.
I hope there's a point to this exercise, Bernard. I'm starting to feel sorry for these dudes.
Me too. We'll get there eventually. I need some time again. I will make haste.
You better. We already have incoming.
We must persevere. I hope I just didn't cut off the conversation there. I just didn't want to keep being that guy's chew toy. Ah well. Right, defeat the... Yeah. No, that's not the... That's not... Yeah, these guys. One of their little ships. I know this rounded ball on the back here is a specific engine design or archetype. I just don't remember the name of it. But I know it is a theoretical design for space propulsion.
Glad to have you on my side. You'll need another refill, my boy. This time supercharged. I've made adjustments to the infrasound delivery strength.
Sounds unsafe to me. Wouldn't that eventually risk instability?
No. Well, a little. But the benefits outweigh the risks.
Well, let's see about that.
Well, there's hoping. Right. Buddy, you're my test subject. Since we weren't irradiating the other guys well enough, we'll just try to make you extra crispy. Okay? Okay. Let's try it. Oh!
Something has happened. He has gone silent. I think we may have successfully deprogrammed the Redeemer.
He's no longer hostile, that's for sure. Hello? Can you hear me?
What is this? What is happening?
Remain calm. You were possessed somehow.
Possessed? What are you talking about?
Something took over your mind. You couldn't think straight. But we just fixed that, right, Prof?
Eureka! But you shall... You shall die! I will follow my destiny! No! This can't be happening. No, we must cease. It's simply not working yet. I will continue the work on the Exorcist back on Avon Rest.
Don't fret, Prof. There is hope. You're doing important work.
Well, we at least made some progress with these experimentations. We learned something. With continued study, I feel we should be able to cure these tortured souls one day. But not today.
Look me up when you think you're close to a more accurate prototype. I'd be happy to help.
I'm so sorry to waste your time. Please, take this. It could be of use to you in your travels.
No, you really don't have to.
No, I insist.
Well, okay. Thanks, Prof.
Ooh.
Say hi to Imogen for me and look out for her. She's a sweet kid.
Did you see that? First off, we need to, Seems like there is a difference between what the Professor was subject to, the Interrupted One, and these guys who have been under the effect longer / had a stronger effect, because we couldn't deprogram them quite the same way. But we did have an effect. We were getting somewhere, just not enough to keep on trying to do it with human experimentation. But orange. My first piece of orange equipment. Hooray, legendary. Castile's Protection. Upon depletion, creates 2 autonomous holographic copies of your ship that will distract enemies and persist until the shield is back up again. Huh. Interesting. Wasn't to re-equip my cruise missiles. Beep. There we go. There is that update coming in October, which will give us more set into the game, as well as fix up some other stuff that wasn't quite ready for release. They're taking the time with it, but that should be interesting when it comes. But for now, this is based off a standard shield, but its capacity is very high. Doesn't quite recharge as fast as our Super Titanium. There is that for it, and it doesn't fire the EMP, which I don't really rely on anyway. Until it gives a bonus to firepower, utility resistance, and expertise. So lots of bonuses. My precious, equip a legendary item. If I recall, there is a limit on how many legendaries can be fitted at once, like only a couple of pieces at a time. So we can't have a ship fully kitted out with legendaries, but I think it's like 2 or something like that. I don't remember for sure. But anyway, yeah, when we lose our shields, we get decoys. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Elite Redeemer Inquisitor. I do kind of want to look around, but we've actually got 2 systems right now waiting for me to come and give them a once-over. We got Karov, and we got this Nebula as well. We're still doing the main mission in the Nebula, but I did kind of skip on Karov. No, Alec, I'm not. Go away. Yes, now that you're here, we are in trouble. Love me, Alec. I think that it wouldn't actually matter, going back to the comment from Happy Aether, it wouldn't matter to Alec if the way to get into a system or not is locked. He'd just find a way anyway, because that's what he does. Yeah, that sounds like it. You can escape the law, you can escape the civilized systems, you can travel into the black beyond, but you will never escape the mighty Alec. That sounds just like him, actually.
Thanks for having me, Adam. Toodles.
Bye. Oh, that reminds me. It popped up in Kharkov, actually. I just didn't record it. After getting Alec on the base, there is actually a new unknown signal encounter, which is he challenges you to a shooting competition to see who can kill the most bad guys fastest out the area. Win and you get some credits. Lose and he gets to brag about it. So yeah, there is something else where he pops up, not just randomly coming up to help you. Oh yes, yeah, Thorn's fault. The friend of, I want to say Makarov? Maddox, there we go, Maddox. Friend of Maddox, who was left with the skeleton, apparently decided to wander off and jump over Arthurian faults. Jump over implies a geological feature, but we're in the middle of space, so who knows what that means? I also suspect that this friend is a robot of some kind. Oh my.
Anything yet, Hive?
I detect the faintest inkling of a signal.
Well, there's a Redeemer ship. There's a wrecked base.
Hey, Delia. How's the situation back on base?
Well, Maddox certainly is a handful, and he won't shut up about being awful rich soon. I'm considering using one of those tranquilizer darts on him.
You might have to.
You have things under control then.
You might have to with Maddox. Okay, yes, that is a hostile ship. But these are ancient structures, I think. They aren't GMB. They don't have the semi-industrial, semi-abandoned industrial wreckage theme. Oh, hello.
Traversing the expanse is proving difficult by bouncing between the asteroids alone. I have eliminated the local flora and fauna as the source of the call, and now must fashion a means to move myself closer to the source.
Okay, so he seems determined to find something.
Oh.
Another signal.
Good. I was starting to worry we'd lost the trail.
Look at this place, though. Seems like it was. This place has been carved or something in some places. Phasium deposit. Okay, I better equip my mining gun for this. Might as well actually equip my mining radar too. Picking up a few deposits around the place. Okay. Oh, hello. They've got a new life form of some kind. I do not recognize you guys. But you don't seem aggressive like the Hydras were. Sorry! I didn't realize you were that close. I'm getting red tier resources now. Oh, hello. Hello, something's got me. Ew. What are you? Doing a little bit of damage, drag me in, and then do a bit of a more of a bite. Okay, fine. Well, monster meets shotgun. We have confirmed more space flora, and it seems to be kind of hostile. Also, spore? Biomass. To be fair, biomass has actually been kind of rare. Actually, hang on. Hydra is actually a really bad thing to be finding around here. Because if our suspected droid has been caught by one of these, that might put pay to the whole map thing. Liberates 2 wings. Oh, and again.
Cargo, mine.
Something concerning is there are a great many shipwrecks in here. So many ships have wound up getting trapped in this place, not just eaten by the big munchy plants. So I'm not quite sure where the signal is either. There's also these acid pods and things all over the place. It's very distinctive, this place, actually. Ah, this is where I need to be.
Maddox, the call is becoming clearer. I am on the right track. Its algorithms are a thing of beauty. I must find its source and unlock its true meaning.
What was he picking up that we aren't? I sure hope he didn't walk himself into a trap. What if it was one of these megafauna luring prey?
Impossible to conjecture until we reach the end of this path. Yet another signal.
I'm sensing, Hive, that you are as fascinated by this mystery as I am.
My curiosity nodes are indeed tickled.
Yeah, this is a strange place to be. And there's even these crawlers around here. They get everywhere, don't they? That said, though, I have actually found the mainframe component in one of the Rexes I was going around. So yeah, it looks like most of the stuff is just hidden away in these caves. I just have to find everything. And I have so much armor plating, I don't care if I get corroded or not by these guys. My armor's too thick for you. Haha. Also, it's faster just to shoot those things and grab the biomass. Since they just drop the same thing anyway. And there's this, which is... I couldn't kill it from the side I was trying first approach it from. But I feel like I was approaching from the wrong side anyway. Oh, hang on a sec there. I can grab these acid pouches. Is that what's needed? Oh yeah, I can tear the acid pouch off, and then do I need to... Ah! Okay, so there's a new environmental mechanic as well. Nice. Oh, hello. What the heck? Shadow creature? Find another creature. Right, there's one over... What am I doing? Of course! Oop. Dang it. Romance! We must aid the creature's requirement for its first true love. The question is how we're going to sustain it for the journey. Can I just not hit F? I feel like it returned by itself. Oh wait, is it too long in the sunlight? I do not know. Shadow creatures. Yeah, it might be too long in the sunlight. It's taken me several tries, but I'm finding the path. The creature must not be exposed to the light. So I travel forth in the shadow of darkness to bring this creature to another of its kind. Seems to go there. Thing is though, since this little creature could teleport, why can't it just teleport to the other creature? That's what I'm wondering. But well, it's just a shadow creature. Maybe it just doesn't know how to. It's still a kilometer away. Aha! Aha! Hello! Hello! Founded a mate! Yay! Oh, and they're so happy. They gave me some dark matter and dark energy as a reward. Thank you. I did not expect to find a little thing like that just sitting around in this game, but there it is. Oh. Also, I've decided not to be flying around with my mining gear really, because while there are some rare resource things around here, it's a really big area, and I can't be bothered. I really can't be bothered. Not to just go comb the entire area, especially since I can just pick up deposits as I go anyway. And I already have. And I know I can come back if I need more, and I'll just find more deposits then. So just leave it be for the time being. That said though, while trying to deal with the shadow creature, I did stumble across what I think is the other ancient rune. So if I bring that back over, I should be able to do that and then do whatever it is that it wants me to do. Okay, we got a thing. That now matches. Now what? I do not know what that has done. I think that's those guys who are doing that. Dramatic music and then nothing happens, of course. There we go, I actually had to turn them both by 180. And that has revealed an ancient jar. Solar particles and dark energy, thank you. Still not entirely sure what I need those for, but thank you nonetheless.
A natural solution.
So you say, Adam. So you say. But the next stage of the signal is somewhere in here. Oh, hello. There's a lot of worms around here. Oh, okay, here. This is not a very good place to be having a signal from. Oh. Yeah. There it is.
I am so close. It is only a short leap to the source. It is a calculated risk. Although I believe my trajectory can bring me closer by way of Shabar Tower, if my velocity remains consistent and the gravitational pull taken into account.
This Eduardo must have an inhuman mind for astrophysics. If he calculated one wrong digit, he would be spinning endlessly in space.
Yeah, well, let's hope he was able to work it out accurately. Let's take a closer look at this Shabar Tower.
It is registering as an ancient structure.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that didn't go quite as planned. Oh, I see. Right. I thought it meant the ancient tower, but turns out it's actually a different site in the system. So before I say it again though, this site is absolutely massive. And riddled with caves too. There's lots of room to explore around here. There's another structure there, which I think that's the one we first spotted. Yeah, that's the first one we went to. And I've not been around this area at all, really. But onwards we go to Shabar Tower. Actually, here's a question: if he was doing gravitational pull and all that, did he jump to make this trip? As in physically jump? Doesn't sound like he's talking about conventional FTL, which would just take a few moments like this. If so, that's one heck of a trek. I doubt it's that simple, though. Ooh, hello.
Anything, Hive?
I detect nothing of Eduardo, nor a following message from him. Although I am experiencing a high level of interference from the adjacent structure.
That might be the problem. Let's go in and see if we can silence it.
Okay. It gives us a lens over there for some reason. Oh. Ancient repair mechanism, eh?
That repaired a huge part of the structure. Why don't we try another one of those lenses now?
Interesting space magic, yes. Probably doing some kind of
Maddox, I still haven't found Eduardo,
field manipulation.
but I'm certain I'm closing in.
You better pick up some speed, boy. You have no idea how time-sensitive this whole thing is. Your crewmates have caught wind about the job. Not sure if I was talking in my sleep or just drunk.
Okay.
Yeah, well, now they're asking too many questions, and I don't like it. I've waited too damn long, and I'm only getting older. I'll barely have enough time left to spend it all.
Look, I sympathize, Maddox, but we've all been waiting a hell of a long time to get out of this hellhole of a DMZ. And if what you say about the job is true, there's enough wealth to spread around.
Payday is coming. Just get Eduardo.
My bet, he got drunk. He's not used to being around people, so he wouldn't keep his mouth shut. He wouldn't know that he'd better be careful. Nope, shooting didn't help. Oh no, yep, okay, just didn't quite align it properly. This ship is not agile. I think I've said that a few times before. Come on. Ugh. There it is. Ooh, 2 for the price of 1, eh? Sounds like something's powering up though. But yeah, it's some kind of field effects focused around those crystals, I guess. But I think space magic is probably the better way to say it. Okay, this one's an ancient jar, not a lens. Plasma and solar particles, thank you. And what are you? You are another lens, probably for that last arm. I'm just waiting for the next Guardian to pop out and start shooting at me, to be entirely honest. Also, what is it? Some kind of focusing array? Like this entire structure? It's very symmetrical. There we go. Also, if this is an ancient structure and the ancients are the dark matter entities doing the... Oh no. Don't make me do what I think you're going to make me do. If the dark matter entities are behind that and they legitimately have control over the Redeemers, then why haven't they directed the Redeemers to fix this thing if it's important at all to their plans? I'm going to have to, aren't I? Why you do this to me, game? These guys eat radiation, the lens is focused on some kind of radiation, so all it does is feed them, so I must remove these guys as the obstacle. Damn it. Sorry, mate. The game requires me to do this. Okay, this should work now. Okay, so I didn't have to kill all of them, just enough of them it seems. So there's a sole survivor. Still feel kind of mean.
I detect a multitude of ancient entities being released. At the calculated rate of travel, they will spread throughout the entire cluster.
Oh, scrap. I just opened Pandora's box.
Yep.
One
Guardians.
of the wardens appears to be honing in on you.
Oh dear.
I suppose I shouldn't expect gratitude for setting them free.
Oh wait, hang on. I am carrying I'm carrying several thermo guns. Extra damage on sunlight, which this one doesn't have. Okay, right. Right, swap that one out. Just glad I was still carrying a couple. Yeah, thermogun seems to be the kind of weapon for wardens.
The warden has been defeated.
Those redeemers need to understand that the wardens are not divine beings, but vicious spooks.
You heathen bring nothing but calamity to these quarters. You have unleashed the warden, and now it's upon you to reap the consequences.
I've really had enough of you wackos.
Your continued existence is an insult to the ancients. We will avenge their honor.
Yeah.
Now I have a clear reading of Eduardo's message.
Okay. Thing is, though, in this case, Ancient Warden is not just a watcher / protector. Maybe since we release a bunch of stuff.
These maniacs are becoming quite a pain in the ass.
Now, Adam, you know that these are victims as well. It's just we can't really help them at the moment. But yeah, was this like a prison of some kind? Also, what's that? Sealed ancient structure. And I just assumed the signal was coming from up here. No, I guess it's down there. Oh. Is this thing made of stone? It looks like it might be, actually. Oh, also, things. Okay, apparently there is a missing rune somewhere. Don't know what that is. I guess I can check around. And enemies. You guys get everywhere, don't you? An ancient jar. Not made of metal, but you guys tried to eat it anyway. You do you, Hydras. You do you. Oh, hello. Is there a way inside this thing? Might be.
I was able to use various means to decipher the signal, despite the interference from the nearby ancient structure. It is an impressive object, although the distress signal is a more pressing issue. It emanates from the planetoids below. I am readjusting leap settings to reach there.
Hopefully the last stop.
I can confirm that Aethel 1 is a planetoid with a breathable atmosphere.
Okay. Okay. First off, we need to go down to the planetoid, apparently. There it is. We are all the way over here, and it wants to go over the planet below. But this is not the planet below, though. I think that this droid's circuits are malfunctioning, but in the meantime, let's explore. Actually, this reminds me of Prometheus. This chiseled stone architecture. Is that... Oh, hey, it's the rune I was missing. Actually, no, there's multiple runes. There's a puzzle here. Or either that was just a spare rune, but the game doesn't really give you spare runes. There we go. Get the symbols facing, and we have ourselves a prize. More particle things. I don't think I've got a mainframe component for this area, though. Then again, the entire thing is an ancient structure, so there might not be one. Okay, that was a spare room because it's now dimmed, so it's not actively highlighted. Hi guys. I take back what I said before. The room wasn't greyed out because it was inactive. It just greyed out because it was behind something. So I think it is dimmed. If we look, it is saying area complete. So yeah, we can jump out, ignoring the fact this might be a kind of ancient prison of some kind. Entities were contained or transported here by what might be a gateway. Who knows? We don't know enough about what they were doing. We are touring the system though, which is what I thought we might wind up doing, which in turn is why I set aside a whole episode for pursuing this, basically. I figured we might have a bit of road to cover.
I detect a humanoid life form on the planetoid below.
Great, finally. Maddox, we reckon we tracked down Eduardo.
Ah, now that is good news. Took you long enough. The freighter's almost done, but I'll take the maintenance ship and come to you. You sit tight.
Oh, hello, cutscene. This area is going to be a bit of a pain to explore, I can already tell. Okay. What is this?
Why you came to a hell-forsaken place like this? I can't wait to hear.
Better question, why are we on foot?
We're being observed. What the hell is that? What is it?
Not sure.
Holy scrap!
Oh, Maddox, that didn't look very healthy. Robot.
Eduardo?
Maddox, I was right. I knew it was you. You finally came back for me. Kala! Kala!
You never said your friend was an android.
What? You think I'd leave a human out here on a rock in the ass end of nowhere?
It's okay. These are friends. The humans I was telling you about.
You ever encountered an alien like this before?
Seen all
Navi?
sorts out here, but no, this is a new one to me.
Well, keep your sidearm at the ready. I don't want any nasty surprises.
Please allow me to introduce Kala, my friend.
Well, hello there, Kala. Nice trick there with the bird. Say, where are you from?
Ulan Thradorka.
Okay, I have no freaking idea where that is. Main thing is, you're not a damn Okar, are you?
What is an Okar, Nama?
Kala is of no alien species on file. Although it has been some time since I last linked, she has never even heard of the Okar, which is unusual considering the ongoing war.
Oh, yeah, about that, Eduardo. The Okar War ended 15 years back with a truce, but we still ain't seeing eye to eye. Oh, and Dax is dead too.
Oh, this I will need to process.
Give him a moment. Different kind of entity.
I must admit, I was beginning to consider the chances of seeing you again as very slim.
Of course I was coming back for you, buddy, but I didn't think you would get so antsy and just jump asteroid like that. Don't you have an inbuilt gaming routine to keep yourself occupied?
I was brought out of sleep mode by a local distress signal. The signal was, however, one I could not interpret and matched nothing in my databases. I simply had to decipher it.
Ha! It awoke the cryptographer in you.
Precisely. I had to jump several asteroids to triangulate the source of the signal.
I had been transmitting for help, Toka. I was here for a long time.
Glad to hear it, but you'll have to say your goodbyes, Eduardo. We don't have room for
Oh,
hitchhikers where we're
Maddox.
headed.
Maddox.
Well, Kala, it has been lovely meeting you. Whatever you are, but we're here just for my pal Eduardo, and we are in a bit of a hurry, so we'll leave you and be on our way.
I'm afraid you misunderstand, Maddox. Kala and I have become quite close in our time together.
Well, that's not my problem. Okay, enough chit-chat. Gather your things and let's get going, Eduardo. We got work to do.
Two of us or none.
I don't think so, little lady.
Maddox, don't do that.
What the hell's wrong with you? You can't just leave her here.
You want to bring an unknown alien species onto the base? It could be diseased for all we know. It could compromise the whole operation.
I can assure you, she carries no dangerous...
She tried to kill us.
We were strangers with guns. Would you have done any different?
Damn it, Adam. How many more friendlies are you gonna drag into this? This is my score. I've waited too long for it to come around. You're only here because Dex is dead. I'm done sharing it.
I only need to return home.
We're not leaving her here to die, Maddox.
Your choice, your responsibility.
Kala, it's okay. We'll help you find your way home.
Maddox is a very, very, very friendly person. Oh, he almost blew the entire thing up. And the android doesn't seem to be... Well, the android is his own person.
My ship is near Toka, but it flies no more. Some of the things on my ship helps you with travel, and me find my way home.
Okay, Kala. The least we can do is check it out before we head back.
Oh, hey, what? More freaking delays? No way! We are going right back to the freighter.
I'm afraid I must insist, Maddox. This is where I need to ask something of you in return for my patience.
Jeez, all those years of solitude really gave you an attitude. Fair enough. Let's get the blue lady her things, but let's not take too long about it.
Maddox, you never fail to surprise me. You actually left Eduardo here on an asteroid, all by himself, all those years.
What's the matter with that? I wanted to bury him, but Dax wouldn't let me. Would at least have prevented him from flying off. In the end, we just left him sitting on a rock happily looking at the starscape.
After my internal gaming protocols exhausted their entertainment value, I observed many strange sights and distant supernovae in the eternal skies.
Good for you, buddy.
Maddox doesn't care at all. Go to Athor orbit. It's over there. Okay. Okay. So, revisit trigger that. There is a lot of stuff to explore here, but that's going to be a bit of a pain. So,
Eduardo, you didn't get bored?
That's an exploration and deciphering unit.
Hang on. Multiple signatures of ancient origin. Okay, so that's just Hive kicking in, and then the mission script took over. So that seems to be... I guess that's meant to be like when you come in. That's like that.
R2 you're talking to there. EDU R2? Boredom ain't part of the code. Ain't that right, Eduardo? Don't make them like you anymore.
The disadvantage of being such an old model, however, means that anyone could just tap into my databases with the applicable tools. I was deemed a risk factor to the mission, so Dax and Maddox had no other option but to keep me hidden for safekeeping.
It was for his own good. And while we were at it, we had him encrypt 2 biochips, so we could keep parts of the map hidden and only unlock it in unison.
Wow. You guys really didn't trust each other at all, did you?
Yeah.
He doesn't even hesitate. Yeah, but this place is requires more in-depth exploration. Let's continue. We are about at the end of the episode, though. Okay, here we are out in orbit, and I wanted to make the jump just to make sure that nothing happened. So there's no dialogue. We are literally just meant to pop up to not the lady's main ship, her ship of origin, I guess is what you could call that, seeing as it's a spot in orbit. Well, it says in orbit of the planet. It's actually over here, further behind in the system orbit. But that's wherever the ship is. Our mission is just to go there. Well, I'm going to end it there, though. So next time, as I said early on, I'll be flying a bomber. But apart from that, we're going to end it there. This has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps out me, helps out the channel, gives me those virtual head pats I oh so crave. And I'll catch you all some other time. A bit more space. We always need a bit more space in our lives, don't we? See you all later.